the nature of desire itself. What is it that we truly want? Many of us set our sights on various goals, thinking that once we attain them, happiness and contentment will naturally follow. But let's pause and consider this. What is this elusive there we are trying to reach? Is it a tangible place, a specific state of being, or something more abstract and ephemeral? Desire is a driving force. It propels us forward, urging us to seek, strive, and achieve. Yet, the nature of desire is often misunderstood. Many people chase after dreams and goals without a precise understanding of what they genuinely want. They adopt desires imposed by society, family, or peers, believing that these will bring them satisfaction. However, more often than not, when they finally attain what they thought they wanted, they find it lacking, leaving them unfulfilled and yearning for something else. This brings us to a crucial understanding: be careful of what you desire, for you may get it. Desires are tricky, and achieving them doesn't always lead to the expected outcomes. The problem lies in the fact that many people have a very vague idea of what pleasure or success means to them. They pursue these concepts in broad strokes without delving into the specifics of what would truly bring them joy and fulfillment. Progress in the modern world is often equated with constant movement towards bigger and better things, more wealth, higher status, greater achievements. But what is the true nature of this progress? Is it a linear path leading us to ultimate fulfillment, or is it an illusion that keeps us perpetually chasing after something just out of reach? Many people live their lives in a state of continuous pursuit, believing that happiness lies just around the next corner. They think, once I get that promotion, buy that house, or achieve that goal, then I'll be happy. But this mindset is a trap. The moment they achieve one desire, another appears on the horizon, and the cycle of endless striving continues. This is the treadmill of progress, and it keeps us in a constant state of anticipation and dissatisfaction. The problem with this kind of progress is that it focuses on the future at the expense of the present. It leads us to believe that our happiness is dependent on external circumstances, rather than recognizing that true contentment comes from within. When we are always looking ahead, we fail to appreciate the here and now. We miss the beauty and wonder of the present moment because our minds are fixated on some distant future. This relentless pursuit of progress can create a sense of disconnection. We become so absorbed in our goals and ambitions that we lose touch with our true selves and the world around us. We forget to pause, reflect, and savor the simple joys of life. Instead, we become like hamsters on a wheel, running faster and faster but getting nowhere. To break free from this illusion of progress, we must shift our perspective. We need to understand that true progress is not about accumulating more possessions or achievements, but about growing as individuals. It is about deepening our understanding of ourselves, cultivating inner peace, and finding joy in the present moment. The concept of embracing the present moment. The present moment is not just a fleeting instant, it is the doorway to true fulfillment and contentment. Yet, many of us struggle to fully inhabit the present. We are either dwelling on past regrets or anxiously anticipating the future, missing out on the richness of life unfolding before us. The profound wisdom found in Eastern philosophies, particularly Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes the importance of being fully present. In Zen teachings, there is a concept known as mindfulness, which involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It is about cultivating a state of awareness where we are fully engaged in what we are doing, whether it is eating, walking, or simply breathing. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to our inner experiences and the world around us. We begin to notice the intricate details of life, the play of light and shadow, the rustling of leaves, the subtle changes in our own thoughts and emotions. This heightened awareness brings a sense of clarity and aliveness to our everyday existence. Embracing the present moment allows us to break free from the grip of constant striving and achievement. Instead of chasing after future goals, we learn to appreciate the journey itself. We savor each step along the way, finding joy in the process rather than fixating on the outcome. The analogy of music to illustrate this point. He described life as a dance, or a piece of music that is meant to be enjoyed in its entirety, not just the final note. When we live in the present moment, we immerse ourselves in the rhythm and flow of life, experiencing its ups and downs with equanimity and grace. Embracing the present moment is essential for cultivating inner peace and resilience. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, as we are not weighed down by regrets from the past or anxieties about the future. Instead, we respond to each situation with clarity and presence of mind, making conscious choices that align with our values and aspirations. Let us now explore the paradoxical nature of desire and the art of letting go. Our desires shape our lives and influence our actions. Desire, in its essence, is a natural part of being human. It motivates us to seek happiness, fulfillment, and growth. However, the way we approach desire can either lead to liberation or perpetuate suffering. On one hand, desires can inspire us to pursue meaningful goals and aspirations. They can fuel our creativity, drive our ambitions, and propel us towards personal and professional achievements. When aligned with our values and authentic selves, desires can be powerful forces for positive change and self-expression. Yet the pursuit of desires can also become a source of attachment and suffering. When we cling too tightly to specific outcomes or external validations, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. This attachment stems from a belief that our happiness depends on achieving certain goals or acquiring particular possessions. True fulfillment cannot be found in external circumstances alone. The key to navigating this paradox lies in the art of letting go. Letting go does not mean giving up on our dreams or ambitions. Instead, it involves releasing attachment to outcomes and embracing a mindset of openness and acceptance. It is about trusting the unfolding of life's journey, rather than trying to control every aspect of it. The analogy of the flowing river to illustrate this concept. He described life as a continuous stream of experiences, constantly changing and evolving. When we resist this natural flow and cling to fixed expectations, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. However, when we learn to let go and surrender to the currents of life, we discover a sense of peace and harmony. Letting go allows us to connect more deeply with our true selves. It invites us to explore what truly matters to us beyond societal expectations or external validations. By releasing attachments to ego-driven desires, we create space for authenticity and inner fulfillment to emerge. The profound wisdom of living in harmony with the universe, as illuminated philosophy, is the idea that we are interconnected with the fabric of existence, intimately woven into the tapestry of life itself. This interconnectedness extends beyond our individual selves to encompass all beings and the universe at large. At the heart of living in harmony with the universe is the recognition of our interconnectedness with all living things. The metaphor of the wave and the ocean to illustrate this concept. He described each individual as a unique wave rising from and eventually returning to the vast ocean of existence. In this metaphor, our individual identities are like waves, distinct yet inseparable from the greater whole of the ocean. When we embrace this perspective, we shift from a mindset of separation and isolation to one of unity and interconnectedness. We recognize that every thought, action, and choice we make has ripple effects that reverberate throughout the interconnected web of life. This awareness fosters a sense of responsibility and compassion towards all beings, as we realize that our well-being is intricately linked to the well-being of others and the planet. Living in harmony with the universe also involves aligning our actions and intentions with the natural flow of life. The concept of Wu Wei from Taoist philosophy, which translates to effortless action or non-doing. Wu Wei is not about being passive or inactive, rather, it is about acting in accordance with the natural order of things, without force or resistance. When we practice Wu Wei, we allow life to unfold organically, trusting in the inherent wisdom of the universe. This means letting go of the need to control outcomes and instead surrendering to the flow of events with grace and acceptance. It is a way of living that emphasizes spontaneity, intuition, and alignment with the rhythms of nature. In the modern world, we often approach our dreams with seriousness and efficiency. We are taught from a young age that success comes from hard work and determination, that achieving our goals requires unwavering focus and discipline. But what if I told you that the key to achieving your dreams lies not in seriousness, but in playfulness? Consider the teachings we've explored, where life's challenges are likened to a soccer match where players dance their way to victory. Reflect on the Brazilian team's magnificent spectacle of soccer prowess. They defied convention, bouncing the ball off almost any part of their bodies with finesse and creativity. It was not just a game, it was a celebration of skill, joy, and the art of movement. In the passage we've examined, there is a subtle critique of our societal approach to life and work. We are conditioned to believe that the path to success is paved with seriousness and efficiency. Yet, as the sports writer observed, the Brazilians danced their way to victory. They didn't adhere to the rigid playbook taught in schools. Instead, they embraced spontaneity and creativity on the field. What if we applied this playful approach to our own pursuit of dreams? What if, instead of viewing challenges as obstacles to overcome with gritted determination, we approach them with a sense of playfulness and creativity? What if we saw every task, every endeavor, as an opportunity to express ourselves, to innovate, and to find joy in the process? Consider for a moment the concept of work in our modern world. Work is often viewed through the lens of necessity, a means to earn a living, achieve success, and secure our future. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that work must be approached with seriousness and efficiency. Yet, what if there's a different way to perceive work? What if work could be transformed into a form of play, a joyful expression of our talents and creativity? In the passage we've examined, there is a poignant reflection on the nature of work and how it can be infused with joy and spontaneity. Take, for example, the image of a bus driver navigating city streets. In most cases, driving through traffic is seen as a stressful and mundane task, filled with frustration and impatience. But imagine if the bus driver approached their job as a dance, a graceful navigation through the streets, accompanied by humor, music, and a genuine connection with passengers. This shift in perspective transforms the daily grind into a meaningful and enjoyable experience. Traditionally, counting money is viewed as a meticulous and serious task. However, what if the teller added a touch of playfulness by singing a cheerful tune while performing their duties? This simple act not only lightens the atmosphere, but also transforms a routine task into a moment of joy and creativity. The essence of this perspective lies in the idea that work does not have to be separate from pleasure. In fact, when work becomes infused with playfulness and creativity, it not only enhances our productivity, but also enriches our overall experience of life. As the passage suggests, ancient cultures understood this concept well. They incorporated singing and dancing into their daily activities, recognizing the inherent joy and rhythm of existence. The pursuit of dreams often leads us down a path of seriousness and responsibility. We are taught that achieving our goals requires unwavering dedication, hard work, and sacrifice. From an early age, we are conditioned to believe that success is synonymous with seriousness, that we must approach life with a stern determination to conquer challenges and overcome obstacles. But what if true fulfillment lies not in seriousness, but in embracing pleasure and letting go of unnecessary weight? In the passage we've examined, there is a profound invitation to reconsider our approach to life. It suggests that life is more akin to a dance of fluid, spontaneous expression of joy and creativity. Just as the Brazilian soccer team danced their way to victory, so too can we navigate our journey towards our dreams with a lighter heart and a playful spirit. Consider the analogy of rigidity versus suppleness. Life, like a river, flows effortlessly when we allow ourselves to be supple and adaptable. Rigidity, on the other hand, creates resistance and tension, making it difficult to navigate the twists and turns of existence. The passage challenges us to embrace the softness and flexibility that characterize life at its fullest. It encourages us to release the unnecessary strain of seriousness and instead embrace pleasure as a guiding principle. But what does it mean to embrace pleasure in the pursuit of our dreams? It is not about hedonism or reckless abandon. Rather, it is about finding joy in the journey, savoring each moment, and appreciating the beauty that surrounds us. It is about letting go of the notion that success requires suffering, that we must endure hardship and sacrifice in order to achieve our goals. There is a profound wisdom that suggests pleasure is not only compatible with achievement, but is often a catalyst for it. When we approach life with a lightness of being, when we allow ourselves to experience joy and delight in our endeavors, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and opportunities. As the passage implies, pleasure is not a distraction from our goals, but a vital component of our journey towards them. Consider the wisdom inherent in adapting to life's ever-changing currents. Life itself is a dynamic dance, constantly evolving and presenting us with new challenges and opportunities. Yet in our pursuit of dreams, we often cling to rigid plans and fixed ideas, believing that success comes from unwavering determination and adherence to a strict path. But what if true success lies in flexibility, in the ability to adapt and flow with the rhythms of life? In the passage we've explored, there is a profound reflection on the nature of adaptation. It suggests that rigidity and inflexibility are signs of resistance that creates unnecessary tension and impedes our progress. Instead, the passage invites us to embrace flexibility as a guiding principle in our journey towards achieving our dreams. Their movements are not rigid or predetermined, rather, they flow with the music, adjusting their steps and gestures in response to the rhythm and mood of the music. In the same way, life invites us to dance with its ever-changing melodies, adapting our plans and actions to meet the demands of each moment. Consider the example of successful entrepreneurs and innovators who have embraced the art of adaptation. They understand that the landscape of business is constantly shifting and that rigid strategies often fail in the face of unforeseen challenges. Instead of resisting change, they welcome it as an opportunity for growth and innovation. By remaining flexible and open-minded, they are able to pivot when necessary, seizing new opportunities and navigating obstacles with grace and resilience. But adaptation is not just about responding to external circumstances, it is also about cultivating inner flexibility and resilience. It is about letting go of fixed expectations and embracing the unknown with courage and curiosity. As the passage suggests, life rewards those who can dance with its uncertainties, who can flow with the ebb and flow of existence without losing sight of their dreams. Consider life as a grand dance, an intricate tapestry of experiences, emotions, and moments of profound connection. In our pursuit of dreams, we often navigate through a landscape filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. Yet, embedded within these experiences is a deeper invitation to embrace the dance of life with open arms and an open heart. There is a poignant reminder that life itself is a celebration and opportunity to express ourselves fully and authentically. Just as the Brazilian soccer team danced their way to victory, so too can we approach our dreams with a sense of grace and joy. It is not just about achieving goals, it is about savoring each step of the journey, finding beauty in the process, and celebrating the interconnectedness of all things. Imagine for a moment a dancer on stage, their movements fluid and expressive, each step a testament to their passion and dedication. In the same way, life invites us to dance with its rhythms, to embrace both the highs and lows, the challenges and triumphs, as integral parts of our growth and evolution. Consider the concept of surrender in the pursuit of dreams. Surrender does not imply giving up or passivity, rather, it is about releasing control and trusting in the unfolding of life's divine plan. It is about letting go of the need to micromanage every detail and instead allowing ourselves to be guided by intuition, inspiration, and the flow of universal energy. In the teachings we've explored, there is a profound wisdom that suggests true fulfillment comes from aligning with the natural flow of life. When we surrender to the dance of life, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities and opportunities for growth. We begin to see challenges as stepping stones, setbacks as opportunities for learning, and moments of uncertainty as invitations to our faith and resilience. Let us embark on a journey into the profound nature of achieving your dreams. At its core lies a fundamental illusion, a separation between the achiever and the achieved. This illusion shapes our perception of success and fulfillment, often leading us into a perpetual struggle against ourselves. In teachings akin to theosophy, we encounter the concept of a higher self and a lower self. The higher self is portrayed as spiritual, transcendent, and virtuous, while the lower self is seen as mundane, ego-bound, and driven by desires. This dualistic framework sets the stage for an ongoing battle, the higher self striving to dominate the lower, much like a rider attempting to control a spirited horse. The very act of striving to elevate the higher self above the lower self perpetuates the illusion of separation. It reinforces the belief that we must conquer and overcome our earthly desires to achieve spiritual enlightenment or material success. Challenges this dualistic paradigm. He invites us to consider how our perception of a lower self creates a mirage-like illusion. Just as one cannot strike at a mirage with a stick, our attempts to combat this illusion through effort and willpower only strengthen its hold over us. Instead of seeing ourselves as divided beings and achievers struggling against an inner saboteur, Watts suggests embracing a more integrated view of the self. In this integrated view, there is no higher or lower self to conquer. There is only the flow of life itself, where desires arise naturally and fulfillment is found not in conquering, but in accepting and integrating all aspects of our being. Contrasting the theosophical perspective, Zen Buddhism offers a profound insight into achieving your dreams by challenging the very concept of dualism. In Zen, there is no separation between a higher self and a lower self, no rider and horse analogy. Instead, Zen teaches us to embrace the unity of all things, recognizing that the divisions we perceive are constructs of the mind. Guide us to question our fundamental assumptions about achievement and selfhood. They invite us to transcend the dualistic framework that pits one aspect of ourselves against another. In Zen philosophy, the egoic mind creates the illusion of a separate self and achiever striving for success, battling against an inner saboteur or lower self. By suggesting that our very belief in a lower self perpetuates the illusion of separation, when we conceptualize ourselves as divided beings, spiritual versus mundane, virtuous versus base, we reinforce a narrative that breeds inner conflict and dissatisfaction. To achieve your dreams from a Zen perspective is not about conquering or overcoming parts of ourselves. It is about realizing the interconnectedness of all things and embracing life's natural flow. The analogy of trying to grasp water in one's fist, the harder you try, the more it slips away. Similarly, the more we strive to control and dominate our desires, the more elusive fulfillment becomes. A masterful interpreter of Eastern philosophy for Western audiences offers profound insights into the illusion of the lower self. He challenges us to reconsider our conventional notions of achievement and self-improvement by questioning the very existence of a lower self. The concept of a lower self emerges as a mirage, a deceptive image created by the mind. Just as a mirage in the desert appears real from a distance but dissipates upon closer inspection, the lower self is a construct that loses its solidity when subjected to scrutiny. By fixating on the idea of a lower self, we inadvertently grant it legitimacy and power over our thoughts and actions. The notion of a lower self arises from our tendency to view ourselves as divided beings of spiritual essence struggling against base desires. This dualistic perspective leads to inner conflict and perpetuates the illusion of separateness. Transcend this dualism by recognizing that all aspects of ourselves, whether perceived as higher or lower, are interconnected and inseparable. The illusion of the lower self thrives on our efforts to control and suppress aspects of our personality that we deem unworthy or undesirable. Watts suggests that this approach only reinforces the illusion, as the act of striving to elevate the higher self above the lower self perpetuates the division. Instead of engaging in an internal struggle against our perceived flaws or shortcomings, a radical acceptance of ourselves as whole and complete beings. This acceptance does not imply complacency or resignation, but rather a profound understanding that true fulfillment arises from embracing all facets of our humanity. Achieving your dreams is the profound wisdom of embracing spontaneity and non-attachment. Challenges us to reconsider our approach to success and fulfillment by advocating for an understanding of the nature of desire and effort. In conventional thinking, achieving one's dreams often involves meticulous planning, relentless effort, and the overcoming of obstacles. This approach, while seemingly pragmatic, can lead to a state of perpetual striving and dissatisfaction. Watts offers an alternative perspective rooted in the principles of Zen philosophy, a philosophy that emphasizes the natural flow of life and the futility of trying to control it. The desire to achieve and the effort to control outcomes are rooted in a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of existence. He illustrates this with the metaphor of trying to grasp water in one's fist. The harder you try to hold on, the more it slips away. Similarly, the more we cling to rigid expectations and outcomes, the more elusive true fulfillment becomes. Perspective is not about exerting effort or forcing outcomes. It is about aligning with the spontaneous creativity of life and allowing opportunities to unfold naturally. This requires a shift from a mindset of control to one of trust and openness, to trust in the inherent wisdom of the universe, and to remain open to the unexpected twists and turns of life's journey. Non-attachment plays a crucial role in this process. Attachment to specific outcomes or desires only creates suffering and limits our ability to experience true joy and fulfillment. When we release the need to grasp onto success or avoid failure, we free ourselves from the cycle of craving and aversion that perpetuates dissatisfaction. the illusion of separation and its impact on achieving our dreams, he challenges us to transcend the conventional dualistic view that pits one aspect of ourselves against another, whether it be higher versus lower self or spirit versus ego. The belief in separation arises from our conditioned way of perceiving reality, a fragmented view that separates us from the totality of existence. This fragmented perception leads to inner conflict and perpetuates the illusion that we must conquer or transcend parts of ourselves to achieve fulfillment. There is no division between the spiritual and the mundane, the sacred and the profane. All aspects of existence are interconnected and inseparable. The analogy of waves on the ocean, each wave is distinct and temporary, yet fundamentally it is water, inseparable from the ocean itself. Achieving your dreams involves recognizing this inherent unity of being. It requires a shift in perception from seeing oneself as a separate entity striving for success to realizing that you are an integral part of the interconnected web of life. This realization brings a profound sense of wholeness and belonging, transcending the need for external validation or achievement. To embrace the spontaneous creativity of life and to trust in the natural unfolding of events. When we let go of the illusion of separation and align with the flow of existence, we open ourselves to boundless possibilities and opportunities. This alignment allows us to act from a place of authenticity and inner harmony, rather than from a place of striving and effort. The importance of presence and mindfulness in achieving our dreams. By cultivating present moment awareness, we become attuned to the subtle rhythms of life and gain clarity about our true desires and aspirations. This clarity arises not from intellectual analysis or strategic planning, but from a listening to the wisdom of the heart and the guidance of the universe. In our relentless pursuit of dreams, we often find ourselves drawn to the allure of Euclidean order. We believe that success lies in following straight lines, in neatly organizing our lives into predictable patterns. We jog through existence, convinced that this linear approach is the shortest distance between where we are and where we want to be. The nature of the world we inhabit, Earth, our home, is not a flat and featureless plain. It is a landscape of curves and contours, shaped by millennia of geological dance. Mountains rise in majestic arcs, rivers meander in sinuous paths, and the very ground beneath our feet undulates in gentle waves. This world, as I often remind you, is fundamentally wiggly. When we observe nature with open eyes and hearts, we witness the beauty of wiggliness. Consider the human form. What we find most appealing in others is not their adherence to rigid geometries, but their curves, their vitality, their undulating movements. A snake, with its graceful slither, embodies this wiggly vitality and embodiment of fluidity and adaptability. Despite this natural inclination towards flow and rhythm, humanity has developed a passion for Euclidean order. We construct cities with straight streets and impose grids upon the land, marking our presence with rigid lines and right angles. These urban landscapes, while efficient in their design, betray our innate yearning for control and predictability. Why, you may ask, do we cling to such rigid structures? It is because Euclid, in his simplicity, offered us a model of understanding that suited our desire for clarity and certainty. His geometric principles provided a framework to tame the chaos of existence, to delineate boundaries and define spaces. In our quest for order, we have come to see straight lines as synonymous with progress and efficiency. To achieve our dreams, we must transcend the confines of rigid structures and embrace the fluidity inherent in life. Imagine, if you will, the vast expanse of the ocean from the epitome of freedom and fluidity. The British understood this deeply associating freedom with the sea and celebrating themselves as sons of the waves in contrast, those who cling rigidly to solid ground are like landlubbers, always confined by the limitations of their own making. Consider the art of swimming. When we enter the water, we don't cling to it, we trust it to support us. Likewise, achieving our dreams requires not rigidly standing on solid ground, but learning to swim in the currents of life. It is about trusting in the flow of existence, allowing ourselves to be carried by its currents rather than resisting them. The fluidity of life manifests in countless ways. Just as the ocean ebbs and flows, so too do the circumstances of our lives. To navigate these waters skillfully, we must cultivate a mindset of adaptability and resilience. This is not about passively drifting, but actively engaging with the currents, steering our course towards our dreams with intention and grace. Think of the dancer, my friends, whose movements flow seamlessly with the music. They do not resist the rhythm, they embody it, expressing themselves through fluid motion. Similarly, in pursuing our dreams, we must attune ourselves to the rhythms of life. This requires letting go of rigid expectations and embracing the spontaneity and unpredictability that characterize true growth and transformation. The art of faith lies in trusting the fluidity of existence. It is about surrendering to the unknown, knowing that each wave, each wiggle, carries within it the potential to propel us forward on our journey. This trust allows us to move beyond fear and doubt, to embrace uncertainty as a gateway to new possibilities. Achieving our dreams requires not only courage and determination, but also a seated faith in ourselves and in the universe. This art of faith is not about clinging to rigid beliefs or standing firm on solid ground, rather. It is about learning to swim in the ocean of uncertainty with grace and trust. Think of faith as akin to the art of swimming. When we enter the water, we don't fight against it. Instead, we learn to float, to move with its currents. Similarly, in life, faith is about trusting in the flow of existence, in allowing ourselves to be carried by its rhythms and movements. The journey towards our dreams often involves navigating through unknown waters. It requires us to let go of the need for certainty and control, to surrender to the process of becoming. This surrender is not passive. It is an active engagement with life's unfolding mysteries, a willingness to embrace the unexpected and to learn from every twist and turn along the way. In our quest for dreams, we may encounter challenges and setbacks that test our faith. It is during these times that our trust in the universe becomes paramount. Faith is not about denying difficulties or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it is about facing them with courage and resilience, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Consider the dancer once more, whose artistry lies in their ability to surrender to the music and express themselves through movement. Similarly, achieving our dreams requires us to attune ourselves to the subtle rhythms of life, to listen to the whispers of our intuition, and to follow where they lead. The pursuit of dreams, it becomes evident that true fulfillment lies not only in achieving external goals, but in embodying the essence of our aspirations. It is about cultivating qualities and states of being that resonate with our deepest desires and aspirations. The concept of embodiment. When we speak of embodying our dreams, we are referring to more than mere accomplishment. We are talking about becoming vessels for the qualities and energies that define our aspirations. Just as a dancer embodies grace and fluidity through movement, so too must we embody the essence of our dreams through our thoughts, actions, and presence. Imagine, if you will, a person who dreams of creating art. Embodiment in this context means not only producing paintings or sculptures, but living life as a work of art, infusing everyday actions with creativity, passion, and beauty. It is about aligning oneself with the creative impulse that drives artistic expression and allowing it to flow freely through every aspect of life. In the pursuit of dreams, embodiment requires us to align our inner world with our outer actions. It is about cultivating coherence between our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, ensuring that they reflect the values and aspirations that guide us. This coherence is not simply about consistency, but about authenticity, living in alignment with our truest selves and allowing our inner essence to shine forth. To embody our dreams is to transcend the limitations of external achievements and tap into the limitless potential of our inner being. It is about recognizing that true fulfillment comes from within, from nurturing qualities such as love, compassion, creativity, and resilience that enrich our lives and inspire those around us. The example of a leader who dreams of fostering positive change in their community. Embodiment, in this context, means embodying the qualities of leadership integrity, empathy, vision, and using these qualities to empower others and create meaningful impact. It is about leading not just through words, but through actions that embody the values and principles one seeks to promote. In our quest to achieve our dreams, we embark on a journey of profound transformation, a journey that transcends mere accomplishment and delves deep into the essence of our being. It is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and evolution, where every experience, challenge, and triumph shapes us into the person we are destined to become. The concept of transformation. When we speak of transformation in the pursuit of dreams, we are talking about more than just external changes. We are referring to a fundamental shift in consciousness, beliefs, and perspectives. It is about shedding old limitations and embracing new possibilities, about stepping into our highest potential and living a life of purpose and fulfillment. Transformation begins with awareness. It requires us to become conscious of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, to recognize the patterns that no longer serve us and to cultivate new ways of thinking and being. This process of self-awareness is not always easy. It demands honesty, courage, and a willingness to confront the shadows within ourselves. In the pursuit of dreams, transformation invites us to release attachments to outcomes and to surrender to the flow of life. It teaches us the art of letting go of old beliefs, fears, and identities that no longer align with our truest aspirations. By releasing the need for control and embracing uncertainty, we open ourselves to unexpected opportunities and synchronicities that guide us towards our dreams. A caterpillar undergoing metamorphosis to become a butterfly. The process of transformation requires the caterpillar to dissolve its old form completely before emerging as a beautiful winged creature. Similarly, in our own journey of growth and evolution, we must be willing to shed old layers of conditioning and embrace the emergence of our highest self. Transformation is also about resilience and perseverance. It asks us to embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, to view setbacks as stepping stones towards greater understanding and wisdom. Every obstacle we overcome, every fear we conquer, strengthens our resolve and deepens our commitment to achieving our dreams.